We are live. I'm gonna post this link first. We're gonna start as we usually do at minute 3 until everyone comes in and I share the link. And we also will do some setup test just to make sure that we are actually live. So I'll move this one here. Because if you remember last time I went live and it didn't went live. So we are learning from the mistakes. And let's have some cool screenshot. And I'm not sure why my camera changed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Why did it put the link? Okay. Apply. Yeah. Okay. And let's do this. And what else? Yeah. So we are. Yeah, it's already minute 3, so we'll wait a few more moments until we are getting started. We'll maybe do some comments to people here. Let me check more things before we continue. Hello, welcome. We have like a viewer. Just for me, can you comment in the chat so I know it's working? Because last time we had some issues and we're gonna start in like 2 minutes. But we'll wait for a few more people to come and then we're gonna start this nice live stream that we're gonna talk about my plan to get to 10K MRR in 90 days or 10K a month or just 10K. Yeah. So we'll wait a few more moments. And then we'll get started. We have a lot of things to cover. Okay, so yeah, so what we're gonna do on this stream, this is all, I'll talk about this as well, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna talk about the 10K in 90 days plan. Now, let's get started. So if you don't know me, my name is Jonathan. I'm building startups online. I'm building software since I was 13 years old. There is a video of me, actually 13, my first video ever on YouTube. So what we are doing here is I'm sharing my challenge of building a SaaS. And if we'll take a look, I posted this on the 2nd of March. Today is the 25th. And basically the challenge is to build a feature, launch it in 10 days and distribute and get users in 20 days. And the goal is to reach like 499. Now we are already on day, as I said, 23. And because it's day 23, we already passed launch. Okay, we got some people. We have like around 30, 35 signups already. And we're now focusing on distribution. And I just want to share some cool win that we had last week that I did not expect, which is funny because last week, if you were on the stream, we talked about my plan on getting the first paying customers. And surprise, surprise, this plan worked faster than I thought, which is interesting. But I wake up on Friday morning and I take a look at my email and I see a Stripe message. I see this message that I got my first payment from Stripe. So before that, I used PayPal for my first SaaS. And now I started using Stripe, which is also pretty cool. But as you can see, this tweet went kind of semi-viral. It got me like 100 followers in one day. And it was pretty cool. And yes, we got the first paid customer. And I think I'm gonna print this out and put it on my wall just as a cool win. But, and I'll also share some quick tip here on Twitter if you wanna blow up very fast. I have like a new insight that we can talk about. And stay tuned because in the upcoming days, there's gonna be releasing a video of the exact playbook I used to get from zero to the first paid customer in 19 days. Exactly how your product should look like, how the sales funnel, the onboarding, the landing page, everything should look like, and how to get traffic to your thing. And maybe I'll give you a teaser, but it's already exposed there. But yeah, I made the presentation over here. And that's what we're going to do on this week. Now, just a quick tip on Twitter. So if you grow your audience, this is a quick way to go viral. So post your first wins, and people like to see results. They like to see screenshots of money. And honestly, I was surprised for this. So it is a real reaction because it was just so random happening. But it's not that it was not built for that, but there was a specific way that I built my product for that to happen. So the growth hack that you can use is that just share your wins, share something like this. People like these screenshots. There is a reason why people engage with this. It's because maybe they want to reach this goal as well. Maybe they also, support you, and this is pretty cool actually. So it's cool to see the support. And now once you have one tweet going viral, you have kind of a new wave that you can ride upon. And that's exactly what I did, which I posted another related one. And it also got like pretty good engagement. And you need to imagine an audience like a wave. And these viral tweets that get you a bump, basically your wave is getting bigger because new people follow you, which means your content is shown on more timelines. And if you are riding this trend and seeing like what people like and you give them what they want, they will keep liking it. You keep riding this. So the wave is not going down, it's going up, and you add more people to your ecosystem or wave. And that's how you can see people that are getting like in the first 5 minutes 100 likes, is because it's shown first to their audience, people like it, and until it shows to more people. But you still need to keep going and go viral if you want these bumps. And each time that you go viral, it gets easier. So if we'll take a look at the analytics, we got like 100 followers over here, impressions, like everything is up, and that's the game. So so that's one way to go viral. And there is a lot of principles here. Like I have this pinned tweet that is also related to the journey, so people see that as well, and we see that it also generates like people come to my profile, see that, and it's easier to convert. But that's just a side note about Twitter marketing and branding. And by the way, this is not like, just as a funny thing, like I know this content works, and the funny part is that it already worked 3 years ago, and I'll show you a proof. I think the last time, like 3 years ago, I posted like PayPal. This time I posted Stripe, and this time you see this meme. It was 3 years ago. It got like this much engagement, and it's kind of the same meme that I posted here. So some things, there is evergreen content that never changes. I'll post this thing in 3 years, like a win of your first customer or something. It's always getting engagement. Okay. And now now I can keep riding on this wave. And the next video that I'm posting is my playbook of how I got this first customer. I made a video about this. I'm gonna turn it into a thread, into a checklist. I'm gonna post it on LinkedIn. I'm gonna distribute it everywhere. And guess how I'm gonna do this? Quick sponsorship by my tool, AI Video Repurpose.com, is helping me repurposing my own videos. This is an example, by the way. And actually, let's do a demo if we are already here. But so this was the intro for this video, for this live stream. I'm gonna show you a quick demo. We talked about getting the first paid customer, and then I'm gonna show you the plan to reach 10K. You need to watch it to step by step because it's very interesting. It's things that took me years to learn over the years, like watching tons of videos, failing with some of these things. So you wanna make sure you stay tuned, because just charging $7, even if it's a month, or $10 or $20, $30 a month, it's not enough for now. And the question is how to reach it in a short time, like 90 days, 6 months, something like that, right? So that's what we're gonna talk about. But the new updates from last week is that, I don't remember what we did last week, but things are changing very fast, especially with Cursor AI. But if I'll take a look at the local version, we updated the landing page a little bit. By the way, we now have a button. We didn't have a button. Then it goes to this dialogue, and then we have frequently asked questions. We have this button over here, and I need to update this demo. But the updates is that now the integration with YouTube is working pretty solid. Like I had a few bugs with it, and it's also supporting another language, my local language, my native language. So we have these options over here. Now then, what I did today is I put my own playbooks. Oh, okay, we got some exception. We got the breakpoint. We got some debugging thingy. Let's ignore it. But what I did is, let's say now I want to add a new video, and I'll take one from my channel. Let's take this last one, and I put it here, and I do generate content. What last week we could do is we could pick this up and do the content we want, and you could do custom prompt. But the cool thing that I'm gonna do in this app is that I'm gonna build like pre-built content workflows. And these workflows is workflows that I'm using myself. So for example, for YouTube and Twitter, I have two workflows right now. I have this Twitter promo and I have this YouTube description that is generating automatically for me. There is some prompt engineering over there, some unique things. Will not dive into this. Once I do generate, it's generating based on my cookbooks or my content workflows. And these cookbooks or workflows are gonna grow and grow. I'll tell you in a moment what, but this is, for example, actually it's not, I edit this. I think it's this. Yeah, this is an example. It's not so good because the video is kind of different type, but it gives me like a kind of a promo. Then I have like this YouTube description. Maybe I have another. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. So this is one is actually I put it on the last live stream, and this is also a quick checklist for Twitter that I can share, which is pretty cool. And what we are gonna able to do is soon I'm gonna add more of these content workflows. And what they will allow me to do is create Twitter threads from my videos, create tweets for engagement. There is specific ways to create tweets for engagements, tweets for likes. Okay, this is engagement. Tweet for comments, for retweets, tweet for getting more followers, which is basically retweets. But this is just gonna generate all the content for me, and I'm gonna have like tons of content that I can share based on the best practices that I know are working. So I'm pretty excited for this to happen because I'm the first customer and I have a lot of workflows that I'm using myself. And over time, I'm gonna add more workflows based on people's requests, right? So then if we press publish, this is still not out. Those are out. I press publish and now I can publish this on Twitter. For example, I go here, I can publish this. Soon it will be a proper integration. But what I can also do is I can edit this quickly for, like I can add like some LinkedIn hook. Hey, LinkedIn, I can post it. And now I have a post on LinkedIn as well, right? So, hey, LinkedIn, blah, 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 all through one link. And this is also an exciting update because obviously it's going to work with multiple profiles. It's going to work with multiple platforms, but there is also some other cool stuff that, again, I'm going to use myself. So I'm the first case study. And my vision for this tool is that it will become the growth engine, like using content, which I already do, is just helping me automate stuff. So if we add this tool that I built, plus some strategies that I will give people to use, and you are consistent, you are gonna grow your brand and your personal brand and business brands, right? So I'm pretty excited for this. I'm gonna go for sprints with Cursor. Let's check it here. We already finished our Cursor credits for this month, unfortunately, yes. And yeah, we have we started paying for, how much do we? Yeah, they have some bug here, but with February, yeah, okay, they have bugs. Anyway, so we are past the limit and now we need to pay some, but actually it's not gonna reach more than $20. Anyway, so this is some updates. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. This is, by the way, if you want another growth hack, this button is one of the things that related to this growth hack. Okay, so we're gonna use this button soon. It's not built yet, but yeah, I'm just getting rid of this testing in public testing. Anyway, okay, so let's now talk about the 10K in 90 days plan. If you didn't watch previous video, I go in deep details on what is my user growth system. Go follow it over there. Here is a bit more like a strategy video and a plan that is very important to understand here. So this is complementing to the previous video if you didn't watch it, and also the upcoming video that coming up this week. I don't know, how did I call it? My SaaS playbook, essentially. Okay, so let me take a look at my notes before we dive into this. We are 20 minutes in the stream and we didn't even start talking. So I'll put timestamps below. Okay. Okay, so previously we talked about the funnel. We talked about this funnel and we talked about the 3 types of content. We have ads, we have outreach, we have content, marketing like Twitter, social media, and so on. And we talked about this magnificent funnel. We are building relevant features for our customers. We are sharing content about this. It can be demos, how-to guides. We went specifically about the types of content we create. We then DM them. We talk them in the chats, in the DMs. We try to book a call with them. We try to make them sign up, and we try to get them to use the app and get some feedback. They get inside our email list. We can then also nurture them. And we also talked about this rule of 5 to 8 checkpoints, touch points, which I also posted here, that it's proven that it takes 5 to 8 touch points to convert a stranger to a paid customer. So if you are not following up enough, you are losing money on the table, literally. And to make this process easier, this is exactly what I talked about now. You can post on social media. They can see you on the feed. This is one time or a few times even. You can retweet stuff. You can post content again and again. You can send DMs, emails, and follow-ups on the chat, on whatever it is. So this is another one. And you can send updates on the email list. So this is another one. So the more angles, multi-channel, multi-angles will help you convert the right people. If it's not, like sometimes it's not the right timing. So this is why you want to do this consistently all the time, actually. So that's what we talked about, right? Now, let's do some mathematics here. Let's do some math. So let's say the average plan for people to sell their SaaS is $19 a month. Maybe there is more plans and so on. Mine right now, and it's gonna change for sure because it's not good. It's temporary. It's $99. As I improve my product, I'm gonna change it to subscription based. I'm still didn't think about it, but we have 9, 18, and 29. So we have this, and we have this. To reach 10,000 in 1 month, okay, let's do some math live on the stream. Let's make it even. So it's we need here 1,000 customers. Here we need 555. Let's say 556. And here we need 334 customers or sales, actually sales per month. Now we can go down this and also, calculate. Forgot what I wanted to say. Calculate how much content we need to create, how many DMs we need to send, break it down. So if we need a few sales, and actually the funny thing is, I now have this data. So because I converted one person, I know that if, I get 30 signups, one of them will buy the tool. And unfortunately, I don't know where this paid user came from, this first paid user. I have no idea. So I cannot tell, but I know for sure it's not from Facebook. It's either YouTube, Twitter, or LinkedIn, which I doubt it, but it's either Twitter or LinkedIn. Which doesn't make sense because I have no traction on LinkedIn, but who knows? Actually, anyway, so I know that I need to get 30 signups, and I can also reverse engineer that, and I can say, okay, so far I posted 10 posts, and these 10 posts got me that and much signups. Maybe I should increase these posts until I get to this number, right? But I want to come up with some different approach here and just some things that I learned. So one of the things, if I read this book, 2080 Rule, that says that, how do I pronounce this? So they say, it says on the book that 80% of these people will want to buy something that is cheaper, 5 times cheaper, more expensive, something like this. Let's ChatGPT this. So actually, let me just share this. So yeah, so basically the calculation is this. So the Pareto rule for sales and marketing is that 20% of your customers will drive 80% of the revenue. It means that out of this 30, 34, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And what it also means, this is more important, is that 50% of this, like some of these customers, there is a percentage of them that wants to buy something bigger. Okay, so if we have like this kind of plans, and we upsell some of these clients, then we can build a full funnel, a full ecosystem of products, of product lines. And what essentially I'm talking about here is this. So once someone is paying for this, we don't need to stop there. So let's say out of 10 of these people, one person wants something bigger, or this low ticket SaaS, it's like built for scale, right? So it might not fit their needs right now. So for that, we can offer them something bigger. So if it's a company, if it's like a big company or a big startup, or they have more employees and so on, we can give them customized help. So out of this, so let's say 10 people bought this, and we now at $300. And then one of these, we offer them something for, let's say, 500. So in total, we made from 10 customers $800, right? And for each 10 customers that are buying, we know that we can get this amount of money, right? And there's also another rule. So let's say we get 20 people, like some percentage of this one, I know that it's not divided, but some percentage of this, let's say, will buy something even bigger, like 5,000. Okay, so what I'm saying is that you don't want to have one offer for your SaaS. And the strategy that I'm trying to aim for, it's not going to be so easy, but we are building a product line from the bottom up. So the bottom is this 99 and 29 and so on, right? But as we go up, we are going to build more offers for different people. How does it going to look like? So it can be more usage. It can be more, some other things, this is the basic things that people do, like the plans. Like they have the plan for agencies and so on. But what we can also do is we can offer to, let's say, for example, self-host this for people, or do some maintenance, add some custom features. Of course, it will require more work from us, but instead of getting like 300 customers, we can get, let's say, 50 paying customers, that a few of them, 50 to 100, let's say, that a few of them are paying us for these low ticket plans, but we have like 5 that are paying us $5,000, right? And then we don't need to have tons of customers. Only we need is these few and so on. And if we'll take a look at companies like HubSpot, they are combining human work with their software. So they have like account managers, they have some support people, they are helping the customer get results by providing them some human resources instead of them doing everything. So 3 years ago, or 2-3 years ago, I built this internal tool for my client, which I'm still working with them, and this tool is still working. This tool is kind of a SaaS, like it's a utility tool that helps the team, the computer vision team. It helps them save time. It's automating some stuff, showing them everything on one dashboard. It's not public, so there is no security issues and stuff like that, but it's essentially a web app, right? So you can call it a SaaS. So what I'm saying is that so this tool, potentially, I could go find more computer vision teams and just tell them, hey, this team, I built this tool for this team. Do you want some tool like this as well? I could do that and keep distributing the system. Just build the system. I built it once, go to a different company, sell it for 10K or something like that, to install that, to do whatever it is, to build it for them for fast. It will be faster for me to build, maybe some maintenance fee, and that's it. And move on to the next company, get some case studies and so on. The thing is with this one is that I didn't really want to build my career on this area. And I'm not sure if maybe it's easy to sell, still not sure about the market, but this is one approach that you can do. Now, building SaaS, it's no different than this. Okay, this is a software as a service, can be also some customized software as a service. So if we build a full ecosystem that a few people paying you 5K, a few people, you have like 10 people that are paying you 500, and then you have like 50 people that are paying you $20, right? So it all adds up and it gives you multiple income streams. And in the end, you have like kind of 25,000 plus 50,000. Yeah. Plus one, right? So you have like $76,000 a month with only like 65 customers, which is relatively not a lot. And actually you see that this, if this one is not providing a lot of revenue, maybe we can cut it, less headaches, and yeah, we still make some work. This setup will require us to join some Slack. And essentially I see that as you are a productized development agency. You have some skills around some area and you are building custom builds. You have a specific knowledge about specific area that the value in that for companies, for big companies, enterprise or startups or companies for 50 plus employees, the value for that is that they need to hire an engineer, they need someone to manage the system, they need someone to do all this work. Instead, you are coming up and offering all these services. You provide them some fixed price per month, and they are okay with this, right? So you are hosting this on your servers. You can offer to self-host it if you want to have some plans like this, and then you can charge even more. But what's important to understand here is that once you get a list of buyers, let's say you have a list of 100 buyers, these buyers will keep buying more stuff if you give them the right offers. So in the beginning stages, what I'm trying to do here is, of course, like build this offer, build a compelling product, build something I can scale to people, maybe reach 1K MRR or less, or more or less, I don't know, something like this. Then what I can do is I can talk to these 50 people, and I can offer them more things. Like I can come up with some offer for $500. Yeah, this was a mistake. This is 5,000. This is 500. So this is 5K. So we are at 36K. Still pretty good, right? We are in this MRR. So you don't want to waste these buyers. You have a buyer, and buyers tend to buy more. I'm a buyer, so I buy a lot of tools, a lot of courses, coaching in all sorts of ranges of prices. It really depends on what I need in that moment. I think up until now I invested like 20-30K in just courses, tools, whatever it is. So if we have 100 customers paying $9, as I said, some of them will convert to a better offer and better offer and better offer. And you can build this with these customers. So you can go to, now they are in your ecosystem. You can go on a call with them, like ask them what are other problems they have in this area, and try to come up with a new offer that will be more valuable to them, that you can charge more for them. And I'll tell you why. Now it's also, in terms of marketing, this is a genius marketing plan if you can execute it. Why is that? It's because what you're doing is you can overspend other people. At some point, if you want to run ads and scale this operation, which you don't need much, if you make it work one time, okay, if you get 10 people to pay, this is what I'm going to aim for, right? So if I get 10 people to pay me $9, okay, so we have $90. Yeah, now we can pay for the server costs, maybe even not that, right? So, and we take one of these people, and one of them pay us $500. This is huge. You know why? Because for each 10 customers, we know that we can generate $590. Okay, so if we go now and run ads on $590 to acquire new customers, we need to calculate like how much money we need to get a $9 customer, which I'm not sure, but let's say, it's because it's cheap, it's gonna be easier to get leads on that plan, right? But yeah, I need to verify that. But let's say it costs $9 to get, even it can cost even more. Let's say it costs like $20 or $40 to get one customer for this plan. It gets one, and we can actually spend 500 divided by 9. So we can spend up to $65 per customer, which, yeah, as you can see, I'm not good with numbers here on the KPIs of marketing, but let me ask ChatGPT if it makes sense. Okay, if we can get, okay, let me change the frame here. If we can get a customer in under $65, we built a machine that can scale for a lot of money. What does it mean is that if we spend, let's say it costs us $40. So we get 10 customers. We spent like $400. A few of them paid 90, one of them paid 500. So we are not even break even. We are making money on this. So we make like $170. But we now have a machine that is paying for our own ads. So if we can convert this person in less than 30 days to this $500 plan, then we have a machine that is fueling itself. And each time we are getting $170 in cash, because we are spending most of this on acquiring more people. But now look at what happens. Over time, let's say we did 10 cycles of this. Over time, we'll have 100 people times 9. We'll have then, let's say it's 10% on this one. So we have 10 people who bought the 500. Yeah, this is multiplier. And there is one, okay, let's not talk about this one. And we spent 10 cycles times, so we have 10 times 40 times 10. Okay, so we have like, here is 900, here is 5,000, and there is 4,000. Okay, so we have like 1,9 profit. Okay, we made profit 1,9 blah blah. Okay, and we have 100 customers. We have 10 customers on a bigger plan, and so on. But this is not important now, because now we can take these 10 customers that paid for more, and based on the 20-80 rule, at least one of them, if not more, one of them, maybe two, at least one of them will pay for something that costs $5,000. Okay, so if we take this one person, we have this new offer, another offer that we talked about, and now we made another 5,000. So you add to this another 5,000, which is pure profit because we already paid for all the ads. So we now have a profit of 6,900 for every 100 people per month. It should be like per month. Maybe it can be one time. I don't know. Well, let me think about it. But for every 100 people, you are adding this much MRR per month without worrying about spending for ads, right? So this is what people call a self-liquidating funnel. You can see more about this on Russell Brunson books. A lot of people actually did this funnel already. And there is different ways to do this. So not sure if it will be pure software, but there is different ways to do this. You can do this with webinars, with high-ticket courses. You can do this in all sorts of forms. But yeah, now you have if you run this for, I don't know, a few months, you are going to add more MRR. And then the problem will be the product itself, hiring more people, and marketing acquisition is not going to be a problem. So if I summarize, the goal here is to get as much buyers as possible. Of course, I want to improve this product and so on. But if we get, I make all this, so I think there is two things that are really expensive on business, which is getting more customers and fulfilling, I don't know. One of the things that is is really expensive is to get new customers. You do a lot of work for this, paying customer, buyers. It's a lot of work. You post content, you follow up with them, as I mentioned, 5 to 8 touch points. Until they pay you finally, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. So if we capture this energy and make the most out of it, we don't need 20, we don't need 2,000 customers, we don't need 3,000 customers. We can use what we already have to do that, right? Let's see how much time we have, because I have more things to share if you would like. But let me summarize this approach. You start to do some marketing, you build the product, the low ticket offer. This is like the game plan of me right now is I'm building the low ticket offer. Okay, it's much easier to sell. You don't need a lot of, whoopala, and you don't need to go on calls. It can be also pretty automated. But it also takes time. You need to build a good product. So I build a low ticket offer and fill it with as many people as possible as I can, like 50 people, 30, 50, 40, 60, whatever. Once I have this fulfilled and I kind of have a system that I know, okay, I post this much of content, I do this, I do that, then I can move on to the next step. Once I have this one, I gonna build a, let's say, mid ticket offer that is gonna be relevant for them. And by the way, maybe it's not software. Maybe it's it can be like I hire for them a VA, I manage them. It's more overhead for me, but maybe it's some, I hire someone to use the tool for them. Then they pay me $3,000 per month, something like this. It can be something like that. It doesn't have to be software, but it can also be, as I mentioned, like self-hosting, support, and so on, which is more common in tech softwares, but I don't know, like also marketing systems can be that as well. But yeah, instead of hiring a team, they hire you to manage everything and support them, and you take money for the maintenance. This can also be an offer. But you come up with a mid-ticket solution and you build this one. At this point, you can, as I said, like start to run ads, and instead of worrying about breaking even on this, which is kind of impossible. So if we go back to this analogy, you are competing when you are doing ads, you're competing with other people. So actually, by the way, I didn't run a lot of ads. I did some Twitter ads, some retargeting ads, cold traffic ads. Still didn't touch that yet. But once you're doing this strategy, you really not need to be a genius marketer, because you can outspend everyone and get all the customers for you. So it's basically a competition. So let's say we are only looking at this one, and this is the only money we make, right? You have no offers in the backend. You have nothing else to sell. So all you can spend is $9, even maybe less, because you have costs to fulfill, and you are losing money here if you are on a low ticket. So this is why you cannot run ads. This is why a lot of people, let's say even if it's $20, I don't know, like $90, you need to be really good at ads. You need to have some nice angle. Let's increase the price to, I don't know, 19 at least. Then maybe it makes more sense. Maybe you can increase it to 13. But once you're finished, you're finished. You have like this is your budget, right? Maybe less than that, because you have margins. But then if you're introducing a new offer to the same type of customers, then you are building an ecosystem. Okay, you are upgrading them, you are upselling them, you're giving them the next problem in the equation. You are building this ecosystem. The next stage of this stage, let's say for my tool, my problem that I'm solving is to help people post more content, grow their brand, and grow their personal brand and business brand. Once they have this set up and they automated this and they graduated from this one, maybe they have new issues like they need someone to manage it for them. They need someone to help them come up with more ideas. I don't know, something like this. Or maybe they now need a way to capture this funnel, okay, like to convert this. So maybe they need to hire SDRs, whatever it is. This will come up from them. So once you have this mid ticket, you can have an high ticket, and you can have more even if you want. Like if you have the the operations to do that. But yeah, this is essentially, you are building an ecosystem and you're using as less resources as possible. So that's the summary of this one. And yeah, I'm still not sure about my numbers, but let's be pessimistic and let's say on the $10 offer, I'm getting like in the next few months, I don't know, we got one buyer, let's say you get 30. So it's 300. And let's say if one of them is paying, maybe I have like an offer for 3,000, something more customized for one of them. So I made this much, then I get more people inside here. Then I upsell them to this. And yeah, you essentially need 30 clients, 30 customers. Yeah, times 3. So 30 customers to reach 10K. Something like that. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be pure software, but it can be used as the intro offer because it's much easier to buy a $8, $9, $20 thing than buying $2,000 thing. There is more work needed for the marketing. So hopefully it will work. Now, I want to share the final strategy I want to share with you is how to get this high ticket clients or these quality companies to use your tool. Yeah, maybe I'll keep it to the next one because it's already pretty late. Like it's 1 hour in the video. Let me check if we have some other things here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I wanted to share with you this next strategy. Yeah, this one. This is the most effective one. Just shortly. So I mentioned before that I focus on building features that help me convert customers. The more it's relevant for them, they will come to the app, try it out, give me feedback. They will tell me, oh, this is broken, this is not broken. Even if they don't tell me, I can study their behavior and see where they get stuck, improve it, and send them a message. This is such a powerful strategy in the beginning. Now then, we have this share video button. This share video button is a strategy that is called the free sample strategy. The free sample strategy is where you use the tool for someone else, you send them the result, and you can do this for a lot of tools. Like if you have like a, I don't know, cold email tool, you can set the account for them, tell them they can play and send now and they can get leads. If you have a data tool, you can give them a sample for some data. Whatever it is, you can give them some product that they can see a sample and get them inside. Like, yeah, this is like get them inside your app. Just intrigue them, entice them to join. And yeah, okay. So this button, everyone should have it in their app. What it's gonna do is I'm gonna click like share. Let's start. It's right here, maybe share. Yeah, it's still in the building. And what it's gonna be, it's gonna give me a link that I can go and I can share it with my ideal customers. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a list of 30, 50 people, agencies, companies, founders, people that are relevant. You wanna pick for yourself, like people that are actually have the pain that you're solving or potentially might have the pain. You're gonna use the tool for them. And surprise, surprise, if the tool is still not working for this case, you can, as I said here, build specific features for them, send them a free sample, and in this page, what I'm gonna add is like they're gonna see that from outside, but also there's gonna be a link to get started right there. If I do this 100 times, the first, like if I do this three times a day, customized work for other people for free, this is gonna convert like crazy. Like, and it's a pretty common advice. It's just people do this in other business models. I actually did this when I got my first software development job. I sent maybe not free sample, but I sent like that I'm willing to work for free. With software, it's kind of difficult, but even then you can build some prototype, send them and tell them, I built this prototype for you, for your company. Tell me what you think. This is the tech stack I used. I've seen some people do this, but this is giving them trust, and it's also improving your product along the way. This is the hack. I'll talk about it maybe more in detail at some point, but you improve your product while you are marketing it. So if some feature is missing, you build it specifically for some companies, and over time it improves. Some of them convert over time. You are following up with them, and so on and so forth. This is the kind of strategies I like. And if you combine this strategy, which is another flywheel, you build, get feedback, build, get feedback, build, get feedback, and you combine this with the other strategy, then you have a nice customer acquisition machine. The difference between this one and the other one is that the other one will take you more time. Now, you don't want to invest time on when the reward is low. So if I do this for low ticket customers or people that are not likely to convert, I'm not sure if they can convert, and so on, I'm wasting my time. But if I go to people that are agencies or big companies or people that are serious, I know they have budget, I know that it might be relevant for them, then it's worth investing the time and doing this in big numbers. Because they will convert on some bigger plan, they will give you testimonial, case study. It's great. And once you get one of these, you can then let them use the app, talk to them, get some feedback, and then you can tell them, they can give you some testimonial, but you can use the features you built for them to reach out to similar companies, and now you can use their name on your cold email, on your cold outreach with the free sample, which will make it much stronger. So that's another approach. So I'm going to focus on this funnel. I'm going to focus on the funnel that I just told you about, and slowly, just build this ecosystem. And that's the plan on how to reach 10K in 90 days plan. So that's it for this video. I have 3 things that I want to mention. Is that if you want to see updates, as you can see, I go a lot to this Twitter and I explain stuff. So I post first the content over here. I post updates here, like my first customer, blah, blah, blah. Go follow me here if you want to see more updates. Second thing is, if you are creating content and you want to repurpose your videos to Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, you can go try AIVideoRepurpose.com. If you want to play with it, send me a message. I'll give you some free credits so you can try it and break my app, and I'll improve it based on your questions or whatever, or your requests. And finally, don't forget to join next week's live. You can come up, ask questions, and as we did today, you see the updates before everyone. So after my Twitter, then live stream, then I post dedicated videos on each topic. So if we go to my YouTube channel, we see here the last video is how to start a 10K MRR SaaS. The next video is my startup playbook to get the first customer, which I already shared in the live stream, but it's more structured. And the final thing is, if you see down below a one-to-one strategy call with me, so it's something new that I'm adding for people who want more customized advice around building products specifically so they can what features to build, or marketing, cold outreach, personal branding, all these topics, business related questions. So there is a link below. It's a paid link that you can book one-on-one call with me. Otherwise, if you want some more light advice, or at least still customized approach for you, you can send me DMs on Twitter and I'll give you the best advice I can on the DMs. So that's it for this video. Thank you for everyone who joined this stream. Thank you for you watching this after the stream, and make sure to join the stream next week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you